I want to do a bit of modeling today. It'll be a little bit of revision for some, but along the way I'm going to show you a few tricks and a couple of methods to help you with modeling. So what we're going to do is model a cartoonish hand using photographic references. So I've left the files on the server, they're also on LearnLine. We're going to start by loading a top view of a hand into the top view. So spacebar, switch to top viewport and go view in the viewport menu, go image plane, and you want to import image. So I'll put them on the desktop here. I'm looking for T for top view and just click open. Once that image is loaded, I can drag select it and I'll bring up its attributes in the attribute editor and its channels in the channel box. One of those attributes is visibility, which by entering a 0 value and hitting enter you can turn the image off. Okay, now that that's loaded, I'm going to go to my front view and go to the viewport view menu and insert another image plane. If you can't see both your image planes in the perspective viewport, just select whichever one you can't see in the orthographic view and turn on in all views. You might want it to not display in the perspective, and then you can actually select a camera. Okay, with that done, we're going to do some modeling. We're going to use predominantly the insert edge loop tool and the extrude tool. So I'm going to create a couple of shortcuts. I'm going to go edit mesh, extrude, hold command shift or control shift and click the tool, and there's my shortcut to it. And I'm going to go again and I'm going to add insert edge loop tool. Okay, so let's do some modeling. So we're just going to switch to the top view, zoom in, get a good view. In the viewport menu you'll see this little icon here, that's X-ray. We're going to use that today. So we're just going to create a cube. Create your cube first off in the perspective view and make sure you hit 5 to shade. Now go to the top view, hit 5 to shade and turn on your X-ray. So while you're doing this, don't forget to check between your viewports. So select your cube, we're going to have to add some detail. So open the attribute editor, go to the third tab along. You need to do this from the beginning. And we're going to change the subdivision's width to 3, the height can stay at 1, and the depth to 4. Okay, with your subdivision set, now we'll maximize the top view. And just give it a loose scale. So I'm just hitting R to scale. Once it's roughly in place, start moving. Make sure you drag select so you're getting both the top vertex and the bottom one, as in you want both those two. The easiest way is to just marquee select in the top view. So just start moving them around to match the general outline of the hand and just the body of the hand. We're not going to worry about fingers for this first part. Okay, that's a good start. Let's just swap to our perspective view. And we're going to make an extrusion to get these fingers out. But before we do that, we're just going to add a little bit more detail. So in the top view, we're going to go edit mesh, insert edge loop. We're just going to create an edge loop between each of the fingers. Once that's created, so we've got this tight join here between the fingers, but we don't need that throughout the body of the hand. So what I'm going to do is just widen these base ones out a bit and moving vertices to create a gradual flow. So once I got that basic topology, just switch again to perspective. We're going to go faces, and we're going to select those 4 faces. So we're going to edit mesh extrude. I'm going to switch to the top viewport. I'm just going to hit W to drop into my move tool. Oh. So once I've got the fingers out, again, just a general approximation of shape. And I'm just going to check this view, the perspective view. Looks alright. And add some more detail. I'm going to go edge loops again. And I want, for the moment, just an edge loop where the finger bends. And again, just moving vertices into place. Alright, that's a good start. So now we're going to do the thumb. So I'm just going to select that face there, switch to top view, and again extrude, which I should be using my shortcuts for this. And I'm just going to hit the G key here to repeat my last command, which was extrude. And I think that needs another edge loop. Hitting W to move. Good. Okay, I've got a lot of history here in the attribute editor. You can see it. You can also see it in the channel box. I'm just going to delete it and save my scene. Okay, so now we got the top outline pretty much complete. We can then turn off the image plane in the top view. There we go. Just trying to select the image plane itself, and in the channel box, I'm going to, in the visibility column, I'm going to enter the 0 key and hit enter, and that gets rid of, basically turns the visibility value to off. Okay, now I've got that outline. I'm just going to switch to that front view where I've got the side image loaded. I'm going to start moving vertices around to match the side view. Now this is where you need to use your quad pane view and start using both panels together. Okay, so I can see that thumb is really too high. It's going to face mode and scaling it. You just get a feel for whether you need to move an edge or a vertex or a face. That went way too far. Just going to give this end part a bit of a rotate. And this last finger, I'm going to scale that in the y-axis. So now I've got these really kind of badly shaped fingers. It's about time I turned off the image plane completely. So I'm going to turn off the side view, type 0 in the channel box, and just work on the model. So you'll see this back part is really square, so we can start there. Just going to get that one and shift select that one and move them down. That one can come down. You can look at your own hand as a reference. Just trying to make this a bit rounder, like a wrist. Alright, once you get a general shape happening and you're kind of happy with it, start hitting the 3 key to smooth. Just go over this general shape, trying to achieve an organic and natural look. So I'm just going to delete these faces at the back. And double click on edge. I'm going to extrude. This time I'm not going to extrude a face, I'm going to extrude an edge. So I've just dropped into the move tool. I'm hitting G to repeat. As you can see, it needs a lot of work. So I want you to start using this window to name and navigate your scene files a little better. So go Window, Outliner. The outliner is just a list of all your objects in your scene file, and they're displayed by hierarchy, which if you watch the parenting and pivots video will become a bit clearer. So you see these image plane objects here, they're actually grayed out. They're grayed out because they're hidden from view. So you can either select your image plane, go to the channel box and turn the visibility on by typing 1 in the visibility channel, or you can just select the object you want to make visible and go Shift H, and that's a shortcut to in display show selection.